Let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, I wanted to get on the subject of the ending of Episode 9. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about these past couple of months or so, ever since the release of Solo: A Star Wars Story and the box office results that it received. A lot of people are just crossing their fingers at this point right now that the final installment of the Skywalker saga will end in a very satisfactory way for a lot of Star Wars fans around the globe. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is currently very much hard at work on essentially delivering us a very good Star Wars movie. A lot of rewrites have actually been taking place these past couple of months or so, on and off. JJ was doing this, of course, in my opinion, in order to make sure that this movie is going to be a great one. But looking at everything here, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. So one of the things that I do want to focus on is that J.J. Abrams apparently aims for a massive sequence at the end of Episode 9 that is described as tragic, inspiring, and bittersweet for our characters Kylo Ren and Rey. Both Daisy and Adam are to shoot their scenes for the ending of the film in December leading into January over at Cardington that will use a complex set that is currently being constructed. Now, JJ aims to make it the most emotional ending for a Star Wars movie to date. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this to me sounds like somebody's going to die here, whether it be Kylo Ren or Rey. Now, could it be more emotional than the very end of Return of the Jedi? I'm not quite sure about that. To me, the ending of that film was pretty emotional of how, the son saves the father, and then the father saves the son by throwing the Emperor down that little shaft before he explodes, and the Death Star 2 explodes, and the war is essentially over, at least at that point in time. Now, the whole entire Endor celebration and everything, that was the happy part of Star Wars. The more sad part of it is when, Luke saves his father and he passes away and all that stuff. So we could be getting a similar treatment here in Episode 9, where the bittersweet aspect could very well have to do with a sacrifice that'll lead to peace across the whole entire galaxy. Now, I don't know about you, but there was the original script by Colin Trevorrow that Daisy Ridley actually read about her character Rey, and she said she was crying at the very end of the script. She was in tears about what happened to her character. And I really, kept thinking to myself, what does that really mean? Like, what happened to Rey in the original script of Episode 9? Did she die? Did something happen to her? Did she turn to the dark side? I have no clue. What really happened to Rey that really caused Daisy Ridley, the actress of the character, to cry, to shed tears while she was reading the very end of that script? Now, we're not quite sure if JJ actually, took some elements from Trevorrow's script into his script. That we have no clue about whatsoever. But what we do know is that JJ is trying to end this movie in a satisfactory way that'll be very much emotional, bittersweet, and tragic for our characters, both Kylo Ren and Rey. What kind of tragedy could we really see other than somebody else dying? I'm not quite sure. I can maybe see something happening to Rey. I'm not quite sure about Ben Solo, because Ben Solo, I think that he needs to be more of a, I guess you could say, intimidating character for a majority of Episode 9. So whether that means Kylo Ren's going to die or Rey's going to die, that's just my guess, by the way. That would definitely fit in with the tragedy of our characters Kylo Ren and Rey. Maybe Rey does have, deeper feelings for him by the time Episode 9 comes around. I mean, again, this movie takes place quite some time after the events of The Last Jedi, so a lot of things have happened in between. And I'm sure that we're going to get filled in on the canon when it comes to books and comics, if Rey and Kylo ever met again in between the events of, The Last Jedi and Episode 9, which, that's another interesting aspect. I'm not quite sure what J.J. Abrams is going to do, if Episode 9 is going to be the first time that these two characters see again, for each other in the last couple years or so, let's say. But other than that, this set that's being built at Cardington, that's currently under construction, it won't even be finished until December, when Daisy and Adam begin filming for this major sequence for the ending of episode 9, that'll lead all the way into January. Now, could this have to do with the lightsaber duel that we have been talking about? Maybe they do get into a lightsaber duel, and somebody dies. You know, it's quite possible. We have heard of some of the descriptions that Kylo Ren accidentally injures Rey and she gets a mechanical arm and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see exactly what comes into fruition into the finalized version of the movie, but nonetheless, JJ apparently is trying to aim to make this a big sequence in which it'll be very tragic, inspiring, and bittersweet. I'm kind of liking the sound of this, as long as it's executed well on screen. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.